Hey y'all, what's good? I know it's been a minute since I've did a show, but I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, so hope you guys can bear with me. All right, so tonight I am going to be doing a review on the Auntie podcast. So they had their first guest on there, and their first guest was the game. It kind of starts off with Carlissa and Tokyo Tony going back and forth, kind of arguing and whatnot, and then they finally bring the game out. um Tokyo, I guess the game and Tokyo Tony's daughter, uh China, I guess they had some dealings back in the days or something. But it was just like kind of like a little odd or weird because it seemed like Tokyo Tony in the game was kind of like flirting back and forth. I don't know if that was just for the views or what, but it's just kind of like weird to me because I don't want to flirt with somebody who's been with my daughter. That's creepy. And it just doesn't look right. So, yeah, anyways, Carlissa said she tried to get him to sleep with her daughter. Like, what was the point of you saying that? Like, girl, stop it. Stop trying to throw your daughter on people to get her into the industry or whatever it is you're trying to do. All right, so Tokyo Tony and the game, they go back and forth. They're pretty much going back and forth throughout the whole show. Tokyo says he sent her a flick. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna say a D flick. And she said he sent it, I guess, just before he came on the show or whatever. I don't know. She just wants him to send her one, but yeah. So she's constantly making passes at him. He's, I guess, trying to look between her legs or whatever. Um, he also mentioned that her daughter wasn't a slouch down there. I mean, to me, I just didn't get the overall conversation like that they was having back and forth. I felt like there could have been a little bit more of a interview. It wasn't given interview to me. Um Anyways, Tia wanted to hype up the beef with him and Rick Ross. It seemed like she kept bringing up, what was going on with him in the game, or him and Rick Ross. Like she wanted him to say something. I don't know. She was trying to get him to say something negative. I don't really know. Carlissa throws shade at Tokyo, saying she's got cottage cheese between the legs. And of course, Carlissa had to bring up Blueface, asking Game, does he give him advice and this and that or whatever. Um, Tokyo Tonio cuts her off in the middle of her asking him his opinion on Diddy. Um, the Game says he'll pay for a girl's side piece. Like basically, they asked him how much would he give a female for lunch, and he said 500. And they was asking him like, why 500? And he was like, maybe she wants to, take her girlfriends out to lunch, or maybe she got a little side dip she want to pay for it. I'm like, okay, so you're okay with her paying for her side dip. Okay, interesting. Him and Tokyo Tonio is flirting back and forth again, but he calls her a gremlin. Now, am I confused? Isn't Tokyo Tony married? I thought she was married. Um, there was one good question that, and I thought after Tia asked this question that it was gonna kind of go into like more constructive, questions. But she did ask him about being in foster care. He did mention that he spent time in foster care. I think he said from the age of 8 to 14. Um, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And then they went back into it because it was like Tia and Carlissa kept hyping up the fact, saying that he was on her. He wanted Tokyo Tony, and he's watching her. It was just, I don't know. I didn't like the commentary. I just felt like it wasn't a real interview. He kept calling shots at, taking shots at her. He talked about her gap. He kept calling her a gremlin. He also called her a crackhead, but then tried to clean it up and say he meant it in a good way. I don't know how you can call somebody a crackhead and mean it in a good way. That was weird as hell to me, how like she just felt comfortable to even be just, I don't know. To me it was trashy. Tia was rubbing all on the man's head. Carlissa then hit the man's do-rag off his head. And I don't know. So I just feel like the questions that they were asking were rhetorical. My overall review on the show, they need to do better. I'm gonna say if it doesn't pick up, I don't see them getting another season because I don't see the ratings. I mean, to me, I was bored. I'm gonna be honest. I was bored. I only kept watching because I knew that I was gonna be doing reviews on this. So I'm gonna see like how the second episode goes and see if they get better with their questions. But if they're gonna act like that when men come on there, maybe they shouldn't have male guests because they act like a bunch of old or horny ass women. I mean, they touching all on the man, they giving him lap dances, rubbing his head. Tokyo Tony spreading their leg. It was just a bit much. But so yeah, that's all I have on that for you guys. You guys can leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comments if you like. I would like for you guys to stay tuned. I do have a new show that will be coming out soon. I don't have a scheduled date for it, but it is going to be on my TV network, Queens Talk TV, and it is called Plus Size Baddie. So right now we're in the process of casting the girls. We're pretty much trying to cast 10 girls, so or 10 ladies, should I say. So if anybody is interested, we are accepting application submissions, and it's open to everyone, 21 to the age of 35. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. So you guys take care and stay tuned.